Jaina Singer here, who's apparently cheated against his opponent here in top 32. There's a bunch of timestamps here that I'm going to be looking over and analyzing whether or not he cheated. So there's about 6 or 7 things that happened throughout this feature match that I'm going to be looking at. And then at the end, we'll collectively bring all the evidence together and see whether or not this actually, there was any cheating that took place. So at 8:03, so let's begin with the first one. So this is 8:03. Now we're going to be looking here for him looking at his side deck. And apparently when he looks through his side deck, he puts cards upside down. Or face down. Let's see here. I'm not too sure what was meant by this, but let's check this out.
I do hope that Jonah Wynn takes it home, unfortunately.
So focus your eyes on the right side here. I think he's putting things face down. Or not face down, rather. He's putting them upside down. So focus in on this right panel here where you can see him holding his cards.
School favorite, he's an online favorite. I do hope that Jonah Wynn takes it home, unfortunately.
I've got to go for Queensland from my
man,
state of origin coming to YCS Sydney in ANZ Stadium.
I go the Blues. Oh, he's wearing blue and Jason's wearing maroon.
It was meant to be.
He was meant to be.
So this is side decking, by the way. This is during the side decking process. Apparently he puts a card face upside down.
This was all destiny.
Yeah.
So interesting. We can't really look at the side deck, unfortunately, because again we don't have the deck list yet.
So look at the way. So look at the direction and which side up his cards are.
I can see Jason just putting in the twin twists, putting in the evenly matched. He knows how to play.
See, did you see that there? I think right there. I think he put a card upside down. Right there.
Unfortunately, because again we don't have the deck list yet.
I can see Jason just putting in the twin twists, putting in the evenly matched.
Okay, he changes the direction of a card there. I don't know if he puts it upside down or if he corrects it. So we have to kind of give him the benefit of the doubt there, because that card might have already been upside and then he corrected it. So I don't know if that's him putting it upside down. He might have corrected the position there.
He knows how to play the matchup. I think he's also got the edge where he still hasn't revealed any invoked cards that we know he plays. He's playing a heavy invoked engine.
So these are all pointing upwards.
So, just looking at their side deck, again, like most side decks for decks like Jason's, will be playing stuff like Twin Twister, as we said, so that will come in definitely against Guys. I'll be interested to see what Jonah's going to do here. As Guys is said to have a good matchup against Thunder Dragon, but again, I don't think he knows about the invoked cards that are in Jason's deck. So looking at the side deck real quick now, as we have the deck list.
But then you'd have to kind of question, why are you correcting a card? Like I don't see, that's questionable. Like, why are you correcting a card to begin with? Surely everything in your main deck should be the right way up. Like, why would it, you know?
Not sure.
Right, so wait, I'll look at Jonah's one. He has
Okay, so those were the first 2 points at 8:03. Those were the ones we saw, right? So at 8:03 here.
I do hope that Jonah Wynn takes it home, unfortunately.
So the way he puts these cards down, he puts them down in the wrong direction, I think.
He's an online favorite. I do hope that Jonah Wynn takes it home, unfortunately.
So this direction here, so the top of the card is here, and the bottom of the card is here. Pay attention to this. We're going to watch this through again. This is the bottom of the card. This is the top of the card. And
I've got to go for Queensland.
Just check it and make sure to see that he doesn't put it in upside down again. So he's looking through his side deck here. He's looking through his side deck. What time is this at? 8:15? All right. So this is the top of the card here. Again, reminder, this is the top of the card. That card, it's hard to see. So at 8:23, all right? So let's play this in like the slowest speed possible. 0.25 speed. Focus in over here. I wish you could like zoom on YouTube. But look here. Try and see if we can like see what card it is that he flips upside down here. He finds a card in his main deck and he puts it upside down. That's a correction. See this trap card here? He's putting it the right way up, because you can see here the shade of pink or purple of the trap card. It's lighter. So this is definitely the card text. This is the card text there. So that's the literal bottom text. So he corrects that and he puts it the right way up. Okay, so that's that point there. Now the question here really is like, why do you need to correct it anyway in the first place? Why are your cards the wrong way around? Not really definitive proof or anything, not saying that, but like, why are cards in your main deck the wrong way around to begin with? Do you know what I'm saying? Because you've just stopped siding. Why do you have some cards the wrong way around anyway? Those things can happen. Those things can happen. That's understandable. Yeah, maybe he put it in the wrong way around when he was putting it from the field. Maybe it was like set on the field and he put it on, you know. Sometimes that happens, right? So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. Let's move on to the next point. Actually, no, we should probably keep watching and see what exactly happens here. With the way in which this card goes back into the main deck, right? So pay attention here. So what we have here, so right now what we have, right? So this point here, this is the top of the card, and this is the top of his cards for his deck. So these are the 3 cards I think he's siding in. Yeah, 3 cards. These are the 3 cards he's siding in. This is the top of the card, and this is the top of the cards for his main deck over here. So let's see if he puts them in a funny way or something. So this is his, he's siding again here. He's looking at his side deck again, rather. Looking through he's thinking about 2 trap cards at the moment. And he just puts them back. So these are the top of the cards here. We can see them, he's fingering through them. Okay, he takes out 1 card. Takes out 2 cards. And takes out 3 cards. So these are all facing the right way around. All of these cards on the field are... I need to go back there. What just happened? I'm just trying to see if this main deck goes on top of these cards in the same direction. So he takes out 3 cards. I can't tell which direction is the main deck is. I can't tell which direction the main deck is. Right here, you know. I can't see it. It's in the opposite direction. Wow, he's putting it the wrong way down. Okay, that's kind of messed up. Okay, let's just double check it. So we'll see if he corrects it or something. Now this could be an honest mistake. This could be an honest mistake. Because like he might have just put it down by accident, right? So 854 is when this happens, right? So 852. So he's going through it. This is the top of the deck here. Puts down the 3rd card. The top of the deck is there. I think this is the opposite direction. I think these are the wrong way around. I'm not too sure. I can't tell. It matters because you can cut to them easily if they're backwards. Yeah, exactly. So this is why this is relevant. If it's in reverse, if it's the opposite way around, then that means you can cut to them like and stuff like that. Because the opening of the sleeve is on the opposite side of the deck. It's easier to track. How can you not tell? I don't know. I don't know. I just can't see him like switching it. But anyway, all right. We'll believe you guys. So let's see what he does next here. Let's see if he corrects it at all. He doesn't seem to be correcting it, so he's going straight into pile shuffling. So you know we're not gonna watch him pile shuffle in 0.5 speed. Okay, there's nothing fishy about the pile shuffling, I don't think. It looks pretty normal. Looks like normal pile shuffling to me. Now he's just shuffling the... Oh, there it is! Oh, did you see that? Holy shit, did you see that? We actually... Hang on, let me see if this is in a timestamp. He's playing against Thunder Dragon. He's playing against Thunder Dragon, by the way. There's an upside down Lancia. Watch this. Right there, 922. Right here. He's apparently looking at his cards while he's shuffling. So we know for a fact that these are the opposite way around, okay? So the cards that he's sided in, you can use comma and stop to go frame by frame, really? Okay. Yeah, okay. This is definitely the wrong way around. Now, the way to tell here is that the other thing to try and figure out here is where his eyes are. From this angle on the right here, it looks like he's looking straight at his cards. I'm
making you content for free.
He may be a cheater, but he's still got ulti strikes. That you're right about, buddy. He's got ulti strikes indeed. Okay, so what's the next timestamp then? 9:38. Okay, so he's shuffling here. So this is him shuffling his opponent's deck here. It's really... I don't know if he's looking at his opponent's cards. I think he's looking at his opponent's cards here. Watch this. Look at the way he shuffles his opponent's deck. Right there, that he kind of tilts to the side. I think that's because he's trying to pick up the cards there. I don't know. It looks like to me that he's... He looks down a few times. Okay, that was a weird shuffle there. 9:52. He shuffles his cards in an angle that can see. Just look away when cutting. It's not that hard. Look at the way he cuts here. That was a pro cut. But I don't know if it's like stacking anything. It looks like a pretty nifty cut, but I don't know if it's like, I don't know if there's any cheating taking place. Like, look at this. Like, see the way he cuts here on this frame? It's called a swing cut. Yeah, it looks like a real cut. I think that's a real cut. But it's pretty nifty. I'll tell you that. That cut was Craigasm. All right, so next frame we have is at 10:10. He flips the Lancia in his opening hand. Does not trigger him to think he rest might be upside down. Discards Lancia to 1-for-1, but in any other situation, if he had any monster, the Lancia would literally just end Jason's deck. Okay, let's see. So 10:10. So this is where we can see him like seeing the Lancia here. So this is his opening hand here. And you see he fixes the Lancia and he puts it the right way around. Did you see that? So he has actually, so this is what makes this even more sus, is that he's actually drawn the card. You see here, wait, go back a little bit. Yeah, okay, so he puts his hand out, he picks up his cards and he shuffles, and you can see the Lancia there. It's upside down. There you go. You can see that there on the frame. The Lancia is upside down, and then he corrects it and puts it the right way up. Watch before he draws to see if he draws from the bottom or something. Let's see how he draws his cards here, actually. So he collects the deck, puts it the right way around, and he just takes 5 off the top. Looks pretty normal to me. I don't think he does anything suspicious with the way he collects his own deck. Collects his deck. He kind of seems to look at the bottom of his deck here. Right here. I think he can see the bottom of his deck right now. Like, he's holding it really high up. Like, he's like twisting it like that, and he's kind of looking at it. I'm pretty sure he can see the bottom of his deck here, but I don't know if there's any advantage to be gained by that. And you see he corrects the direction in which he puts the deck down. Interesting. All right, let's go to the next one. It picks up only half of his deck to resolve the 1-for-1. Melusic is conveniently the second card from the cut. All right, so 10:24. He activates 1-for-1, pitching the Lancia, and he cuts to the Melusic, and he gets I don't know what this means. He picks up only half of his deck to resolve the 1-for-1. Malusik is conveniently the second card from the cut. Okay. I don't know. I've seen a lot of people pick up their deck to search that way. Like, instead of picking up the entire deck, you just pick up half because, you know, if you're going to search for a 3-of, there's probably one in the top half. I don't think that really means anything. So let's look at the next one, 1046. 1046. He picks up only half of his deck to... I've already looked at that one. He thumbs the entire bottom of his deck before turning it over to resolve the Malusik search. This would make finding any upside-down cards extremely easy. Yeah, so as we know at this point, we know for a fact that his deck has cards that are the wrong way around. Yeah, I know, John. We know that some of his cards are the wrong way around here. And apparently he thumbs his deck as he picks it up. Wow, that is really suspect. Watch this. He actually thumbs the entirety of his deck. Look at his hand. Look at his thumb here. Look at his right thumb. I skipped a bit too further ahead there. So he reaches for his, he's got his hand up first. Bing bong bong. Picks up his deck to resolve Malusik. Watch this. He thumbs the entirety of that side there. Look at that. Look at that. He literally, like, you know when you like thumb your whole deck, you like space it out like that? He 100% thumbed his deck there. So that suggests that he is looking for that opening of the of where the sleeve is. I do that a lot. Well, you're a cheater. Smile. But see, yeah, you do that a lot, but it's really sus in this situation because we know that there's cards that are the wrong way around in his deck, right? We know that there's cards that are the wrong way around in his deck. So you see here, he like thumbs the whole thing. Yeah, he thumbs the whole deck there. Alright, let's look at the next point. 11 offers his opponent the deck without shuffling. This is picked up by the floor judge and the deck is shuffled. So he offers his deck without shuffling. Okay. Let's put it back to normal speed. What just happened there? Malusik added to hand. Multi-faker. His opponent cuts. And the judge tells him to shuffle. Why could that be? Why does the judge tell him to shuffle? So he adds a card here, puts it down, and his opponent cuts. The judge tells him to shuffle it. I don't think that necessarily means anything. I mean, what does it allow him to gain? Yeah, I mean, that's the issue. If you're referring, what does the thumbing of the side of the deck have to gain? Well, if you thumb your whole deck like that, because we know there's cards upside down, he's looking for the cut, the opening of where the sleeves are. Because the bottom of a sleeve doesn't have a cut, but the top of a sleeve does, so, you know. You have to randomize your deck before you offer it to your opponent. Yeah, this just seems like a regular procedure thing, so I don't think this is a big deal. So then 12-24. He picks up his deck to resolve multi-faker. Jason had just cut a card to the very bottom, which was Lancia. If Jonah was trying to hide the fact that his Lancias are in upside down, having one to cut to the bottom makes it super visible. He then flips over his entire deck, not fix the Lancia, keeps it the same way, but just rotates the deck to make the Lancia look okay, and resolves his multi-faker search. At this point, the judge notices he has upside down cards and he's making an effort to fix it and pauses the game. This is 12-24 here. Let's go. So there's a lot of things to look out for here. All right. So he picks up his deck. There's an upside down Lancia. See, he's looking through his deck here. Watch this. So he's looking through his deck here, and that Lancia is the wrong way around. Is that Lancia the wrong way around? That Lancia isn't the wrong way around, right? The Lancia is upside down. Lancia is the wrong way around. He flipped his deck around. Look at the other cards. Since it was the bottom card, he flipped the whole deck. Okay, let's go back. Why is this like reloading everything? I'm trying to go frame by frame, YouTube. This would be so much easier if I just download this clip, I swear to God. Alright, picks up his deck. Lancia is upside down. And then he flips it. Okay, this is 100% the wrong way around. This Lancia is the wrong way around. You see the card text here is at the bottom. Is at the top here for this card. You can kind of see it. I'll bring up a thing so I can zoom in so you can see it here. Loading. So the bottom text is actually at the top text, and then this card's bottom text is at the bottom. So this bottom text is at the top, and this bottom text is at the bottom. Are we clear? Yeah, it's the wrong way around. Okay, so this bottom text has become top text. It could be an accident. Well, let's see if he corrects it. So he doesn't correct it. Okay, this is really sus. This is I think what's really going to make or break whether or not he cheated. His Lancia is upside down and he hasn't done anything about it. The very bottom of his card is the Lancia. He sees his Lancia is upside down and he hasn't fixed it. Australian text. Oh, that's fuck. You guys are wrong. This isn't suspect. He's Australian. The cards are upside down. Damn. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. All right, I'm ending the stream. All right. Never mind. I completely forgot. It's Australian cards, so they're upside down. Of course. Maybe he's got like an American main deck. All right. So he doesn't correct the direction of the Lancia. Okay. Yeah. This is 100%. All right. So and the judge notices. Watch that. Like, the judge notices. The judge takes his deck here. And I think this is where he gets hauled off. So the judge is looking through his deck now, and he's probably noticing all the upside down cards. This is probably where they ask him to leave or something. So they're just waiting for the judge at this point. Judge! Yep, there you go. All right, bye-bye. Yep, you're cheating. Come with us. Oh, shit. FBI, open up! He's actually just taken away here. Is he actually just gone? Yeah, that's the end of the feature match. Yeah, oh shit, son. Okay, so that's the very last thing that happens. His Lancia is the wrong way around. He doesn't correct it. The judges notice. Yeah. What shall we search? I didn't write the entire sign. What's the entire thumb to search? Present deck to opponent. Okay, right. I think that's pretty much the main bit. Did we miss the part where his opponent cuts to his Lancia before he gets tossed? His opponent cuts to Lancia. I didn't see that part. Do you have a timestamp for me? No, guys. My Lancia was just jokingly upside down. All right, okay. What are you showing me? Is this another timestamp of it? Right, so deeper look. All right, what's this?
So if he activates multi-faker now...
So at this point, he hands the deck over to Jason to cut. He cuts it once, and then I've put it in slow motion. He's placed all the cards bar one card on top of his cut pile, and then places the one card, which is Artifact Lancia, at the bottom of his deck.
Oh shit, we missed that. Holy shit, we missed that. So his opponent puts the Lancia to the bottom of his deck.
And he's activating that multi-faker, so he's committing everything he has.
So now when Jojo picks up his deck again, that Artifact Lancia will be facing away from him. And then as you can see here, he quickly turns it upside down and then hides it as best as he can to show that all the other cards aren't upside down. I've replayed it just so you can see it. And those are the other cards next to it that you can see that are definitely upside down.
He's looking at that Artifact Lancia in his deck, probably thinking...
Yep, that bottom text has now become top text. I mean, it could be Australian PSCT. It could just be Australian PSCT, but that bottom text is definitely now top text.
this, he's maybe going to be thinking maybe I should have held on to that.
Yeah.
Maybe he shouldn't have.
But if he didn't, he would have
He would have had no plays.
plays.
So he's probably correct, but it's just unfortunate this is happening. So Jake,
Watch has taken
about we saw it on
wild.
Yep, and then he gets hauled off, and then he gets hauled off. All right, well, guys, that's the cheating accusation. Now, what I have here is I have a video of him addressing this, and this is an unlisted video, POG exclusive. So,
how's it going?
so this is Jonah's deck profile that's going up on John's stream, John's YouTube channel rather, tomorrow. So this is his response here. He actually has a response. So let's see how he justifies this. Because we know for a fact that Lancia is upside down. We know for a fact his side cards are upside down. We know for a fact that he hasn't corrected the upside down cards. And we know for a fact the judges caught him and took him away for it.
It's JojoASMR. A few weekends ago, I attended YCS Sydney and managed to come in the top 32 playing my Alta Guy strategy. I want to really thank John Moore for giving me an opportunity to show you guys my list, but I actually wanted to focus the majority of this video talking about the controversy surrounding my DQ that occurred at my top 32 feature match, because that's
349 for DQ explanation.
Dragon strategy and Trickstar Sky Striker. So with the deck profile out of the way, why don't we talk about the real reason why you're probably here, which is to talk about my unfortunate DQ. I want to preface this by saying I take full responsibility and accountability for my actions, and I totally respect the ruling that the judge gave, the head judge, Dan Smith. Throughout both days of YCS Sydney, he was fantastic. He demonstrated himself with integrity and respect for both the players, and I was just really overall impressed. And I'm actually friends with Dan Smith, so I totally could understand and sympathize with him how difficult it was for him to DQ me, but I totally respect his decision. I also want to apologize to the 1,200 odd people that saw me make a colossal mistake on the live stream, and to Konami itself for being a poor role model on the top 32 live stream. With all that said and done, let's talk about what actually happened. In the 2 days of Yu-Gi-Oh! And 10 rounds of Swiss, not once did I receive a judge called on me by my opponent for suspicious or malevolent cheating.
I love when people try and justify it by saying, like, you know, oh, but I never had a judge called on me the whole day. And it's like, yeah, I know. It's because you successfully stacked. Like, it means you're a good cheater. Like, yeah. I've never been caught before. Like, I don't know.
Receive a warning,
no warnings, no judge calls.
I'd received 0
like, this is not an argument, you know? I've had penalties for, like, you know, stuff. But does that make me a cheater because I've received penalties? You know what? Stream, don't answer that. You guys are fucking stupid.
penalties. I received 0 people calling judge on me in the 2 days I played Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm saying this because there are some rumors running around from a small group of people that are stating that my DQ was a direct consequence.
Ah, that's hot. Oh, that's hot.
Of an accumulation of several incidences where this is not true at all, even in the slightest. My DQ was as of a direct consequence of my colossal mistake on live stream. So I'm just...
All right, hurry up and tell us what the mistake is.
Saying that before we talk about exactly what happened, which we'll see on the footage. Also, I have to actually say that I didn't even know that having cards upside down was a form of marking cards. I know many people...
How could you not know that? How could you not know that?
Aren't going to believe this, and that's just my own pure ignorance, to be honest. People often reference the fact that I'm experienced with card magic, and so that how could I not be aware that having cards upside down would be a form of cheating? But being experienced with card magic, if I take a regular deck of cards and take a card, for example, and I place that card the other way and cut that in the deck, that's actually not going to mark the card whatsoever. So for...
Yeah, but it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, it's different. The card's upside down. The card, you take a card and then you make it Australian. Like, that's the difference. Like, it's not the same. It's a different fucking game. Like, you know, like, suddenly, there's these things called sleeves, and if you put a card upside down in Yu-Gi-Oh!, like, that's it. You've literally racialized your card from NA to Australian, and that's like, you can't mix them.
People referencing that, how would I not know that having a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card in a sleeve upside down would be a form of marking cards? Well...
Oh, he's about to answer this. Okay, he's about to answer this question.
I deal with playing cards all the time. It doesn't matter what position you have a card that's face up, that's upside down, because it doesn't affect at all the condition of the card in the deck, and it doesn't at all mark the cards, at least with the normal standard pack of cards, which is what I always use for my card magic. So that's actually my own pure ignorance. I had no idea that...
Okay, so he didn't actually address the question.
That would be different for a deck of...
He says, I know people are going to ask this question, and then doesn't answer the question. Okay, come on, dude.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards in sleeves. After being...
Okay, so this is why so I was kind of like on the fence about whether or not he cheated, but the more he speaks, the more I'm just like thinking, yeah, I think you're cheating. Because like, what? How could you not know that? Tatsum donated 3. This guy is so retarded. I hope he gets banned. Yikes. Oof, that's heavy, dude. Guys, just a reminder, Twitch Prime. Subscribe with Twitch Prime. Twitch Prime. Subscribe, guys. It's free. It's free. It's free. Thank you.
Educated after my DQ, I could totally see that, but it's really my own ignorance. I had no idea that having cards the other way was a form of marking cards in trading card games. So we get to the feature match. I get swamped in the first game, so we go straight to siding. So I decide, whilst I'm siding, I'm looking through my
thank you,
siding, and
Knitter.
I think I'm going to side 3 copies of Artifact Lancia. Okay, so I take those 3 Artifact Lancias, and I want to avoid my opponent having any chance of seeing my Artifact Lancias. So what do? I just place them face down on the table. Notice that this is different from me taking each Artifact Lancia, putting them intentionally upside down, and then placing them in the deck. If I did that, that is irrefutable cheating. But instead what I did was,
Thank you.
Ignorantly, is I took those cards and just put them face down on the table. Under the stress and pressure of the feature match, I want to be as efficient and practical as possible, so it gives the most optimal experience for the viewer. So I'm trying to be as quick as possible.
I'm sorry, dude. This is so sus. Like, I did it for the viewers. I did it for the viewers. I want to make an optimal viewing experience. The fuck, dude? What? What are you talking about?
Then I look through my main deck as I fan it out. I notice there's one card that's upside down. That I have no idea how that got there. You can't actually claim that that is a consequence of cheating. Mistakes like that always happen. I don't know how that got there. So I take out 3 cards from my main deck, as you'll see, place them aside. And what do? I don't place each Artifact Lancia in upside down. I actually do something which could obviously explain how I made the mistake, which was I simply took my deck and cut it on top of those 3 Artifact Lancias. If I maybe was handling the Lancias, I could have actually noticed that they were upside down, but by me cutting it straight onto the deck, that was my mistake, because the Lancias turned out to be upside down. It was actually a 50-50 chance of me putting them upside down.
It was a 50-50 chance. It was a 50-50 chance that I cheated. Did I cheat? Did I not cheat? Just flip a coin. It was unlucky. I missed the 50-50.
Or having it the other way. It just so happened I made a mistake. So I get into power shuffling. It looks like everything is normal. I then offer my deck to my opponent. He shuffles it as well. And then I open my hand and I get an Artifact Lancia. This must have been a consequence of the cards being upside down. So perhaps that influenced my opponent's cutting, right? Anyway, as I said, I'm completely...
Treeper, thank you so much for the Prime sub. I appreciate it.
...ignorant to the fact that this is a form of marking cards. And furthermore, this is cheating. So I performed about 2 minutes in, 2 searches, I believe, a Meliseek search and a multi-faker special from deck, and I passed those 2 Lancias upside down. It never even occurred to me that this was an issue because, as I said, I was unaware. And like I said, my first ever feature match, being under pressure, as a content creator and as an entertainer, I'm trying to be as efficient and practical as possible. So I don't take the time to flip those Lancias upside down. I try to be as efficient.
I wish he would stop, justifying his actions by saying he was trying to create an optimal viewer experience. That's just... What are you talking about, dude? As a content creator and entertainer, I'm trying to create an optimal viewing experience. If I'm in a feature match, I don't give a shit about the viewers. I'm just trying to win. I'm just trying to slap cheeks and summon Dotscaper. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a shit with the viewers. Like, it would have took, 45 milliseconds to flip 2 cards around. What do you mean?
Efficient as possible. Anyway, after performing these searches, Will, who is the beautiful orange-haired gentleman who was spectating our game, making sure everything is going according to plan, pulls me aside and cancels the feature match. And I have no idea what on earth is going on. I'm thinking, did I do something wrong? Like, did something happen? Anyway, he says to me, exactly, quote, how many cards did you side? And I said 3. And he said, the 3 Artifact Lancias? I said, yes. And he said, were you aware that those 3 Lancias were upside down? And I said, no, but even if they were, is that an issue? I know, being an idiot I am. And he asked if I received any sort of penalties throughout the weekend. I said, no penalties, no judge calls. I got deck checked and everything was fine. So then, feature match is on pause. I'm so confused what's going on. And then Dan Smith, who was the head judge, comes to me and he's explaining why this was an issue. Because I looked through my deck several times and didn't...
Oh my god, dude, how much more of this do I have to listen to? Like, he's just not... I don't think he knows what the main argument against him is. It seems like, okay, so this is what it's boiling down to, right? This is what it's boiling down to. It's boiling down to 2 things, right? Number 1, we could talk about the weird cutting, we could talk about the weird shuffling, we could talk about all of these like very sort of gray area things that happened at the start, like, he's cutting his deck a certain way, he's putting something upside down by accident or whatever. What this all boils down to is the fact that you have entered your deck, okay? You have penetrated, you have taken this beautiful woman and you have spread her legs apart and you're about to penetrate and enter her, and inside of her you have found the multi-faker. In that process, you saw that your Lancias were upside down. Why didn't you correct the positioning of your Lancias? The very first card that you saw when you looked at your deck was the upside down Lancias. They were very clearly visible to everyone on camera. They were very clearly visible to you because it was the very first card at the bottom of your deck when you picked it up. But you did nothing to correct the positioning of your Lancias. Why did you not correct the position? Oh my god, shit, Bowden's calling me. Bowden, can you call me on Discord? Really what it boils down to, you know, so that question I would ask is, Facebook call is garbage, by the way. So what it boils down to is like, why didn't you correct the positioning of your cards? His answer would be because I didn't think the cards being upside down was an issue. Do you understand the argument? Do you understand the argument, stream? This is all of this shenanigans, all of this drama boils down to one single point. Why didn't you correct the positioning of your Lancias? His answer is because I didn't know that upside down cards was a form of marking. That's really all this boils down to in clashes, and it's whether or not you believe him for that. Hello? Hello?
Yeah. So I don't know what portion you're at, because like I was watching the stream like on my phone, and yeah, a whole lot of things. But after just seeing the background images, which were a bunch of people that, you know, I'm friends with and who were just, you know, trying to fight the scourge. I've been very quiet about the whole thing. I thought it was just a whole mess that I didn't want to get involved in. But the fact that, you know, he was playing the victim and now he's making this video and, you know, feigning ignorance, even though it's just, these are just like very like psychological tactics, like borderline, like sociopathic, you know what I mean? I'm sure anyone with like an entry level, like you can do like a 1-year course in like psychology and just like gain an understanding. You watch an episode of Psych and gain an understanding of like what he's trying to do, you know what I mean? Like the head judge is my friend. Oh, this beautiful red-headed judge, you know what I mean? He's trying to butter up everyone. Yeah. Does that make sense? Like you're seeing this and it's just very, very manipulative, right? So this isn't just like a one-off thing. And I've kept my mouth shut because I just don't care enough to burn bridges. But, you know, he's bringing Chris Gehring, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles guy. I don't know why John would even consider posting this video, given that, you know, he's blatantly calling out John's former sponsor, which gave him, you know, thousands and thousands of dollars. Oops, cat's out of the bag. We were rich. But yeah, no, it's just disgusting to see, you know, like who would even would you not like peruse the content that you intend on putting on your channel? I think that's actually just kind of like, that kind of angered me because, you know, they did nothing wrong by us. But the first instance was Chris Gehring being cheated at the Oceanics or National Championships, I believe. Again, I wasn't there to see this. This is just like, this is someone telling me something, like someone that I literally cannot, you know, I cannot, I don't know the word I'm looking for. Like, I cannot put it past them to, like, lie to me. So that's not the word I'm looking for. They just cannot lie.
Before you keep going, Bones, do you really think you should be going into this on stream right now?
Yeah, probably. There's no better time to do it. I was very, like, it's very upsetting. This is all just very coherent and, like, not incriminating towards me regardless. I feel like the only people that I'll probably anger are the people that I don't think I really want to interact with in this game either. The people that are blindly defending someone who blatantly cheated on stream and just, like, is actually just borderline toxic. If you go deep enough, you can see that he has scammed Patreon users using another account. This ASMR account is just view botting ideally. I don't know. There's a whole mess, but, you know, I figured, you know what? Someone has to say it, and I'm probably the only voice that's big enough to get it out there. So let's burn some bridges. It's just a bunch of people that I don't really care about anyway. You know, if they're on my nuts, they'll respect me regardless. But no, like, just the first instance of cheating was at the Oceanics and National Championship. Again, I say cheating very loosely. There were people telling me about it. I didn't see it per se, and he seemed like a nice enough guy. But as events would go on, you would sort of just see the way he would interact or the way that he would play. And based on, like, the videos that he puts out, the ASMR content, it's a lot of card tricks and then a lot of, you know, just, like, neural manipulation. So a lot of the things that people would say is he would try and misdirect his opponent while, you know, touching his deck, like, you know, like the ASMR, like, clicks and stuff like that. Like, that's just basic misdirection. He's there shuffling his deck, misdirecting the opponent, just stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So that was the first issue. But then, like, leading into the YCS, again, I don't see any of these things, but just seeing it on video is very angry, like, angering. But just the whole way it was handled and solved, and people blindly defending him, saying X happened when I don't think it did, because if it did happen, then it's just deviating from how policy is meant to work out regardless. the whole thing is just like an entire mess, and I hope the penalty committee, comes to a conclusion. But I do not think John should post this video on his channel because, one, it's going against people that, have not wronged John in the slightest and are really only out there to, aware, like, make the community aware that something like this is happening because the Australian community is relatively small. And two, like, this is actually just, like, very toxic when you look at it, right? Like, listening to this, you were angered. I imagine a lot of your viewers were also angered. Like, just the tone that he was trying to convey, like, even just, like, without any bias,
do you
right?
mind if I add John? Because John wants to, like, address what you're saying.
Yeah, sure.
Chris just told me he's not in the video.
He's 100% in the video.
All right, because like I literally just asked Chris, and Chris was like, "I'm not in it. I didn't go."
No,
to the
he hasn't seen the video. In the background of JoJo's videos, when he's putting up photos of people, I think that's like my bad. It was probably a very big oversight because I also probably wouldn't go through that video and just upload it for free as well. But more so the fact that he is in the background, and Chris is one of the people that has said negative things about JoJo, but again, it's like a first-hand sort of experience deal. But
yeah,
I'm
gonna take it down now. Then, like, literally, Chris told me he wasn't. So
yeah. Well, the
I wasn't aware of that
I don't
either.
think he would know. Yeah, that's fair enough.
I don't understand. What's the issue with John putting that video up? I mean, he's just letting the guy.
I think the issue is, so he can have his own. He has a platform of 500,000 people. I don't see.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not like Yu-Gi-Oh players, right? I mean, they don't know him as Yu-Gi-Oh Pro probably. So I think he's just.
Why is that an issue?
I mean,
I don't understand.
It's just giving him a position to defend himself, even though you could say.
But he has a platform to defend himself, though.
Why I also wouldn't. I didn't know he's slandering one of my friends either. I'm not gonna post that then.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But again, like you see the issue though, right? Like, why isn't it being posted on his platform where he can defend himself and like it's that I don't understand. Why not make a Yu-Gi-Oh channel? You know what I mean? There's just a lot of things that just from the sidelines, I've like kept my mouth quiet, and I just do not think it is just beneficial for either party, at all. If he kept his mouth shut and just let everyone else just throw the dirt at him, I would have had a lot more respect. But after seeing that video, I am actually just appalled and disgusted. I do not think his reaction was appropriate, and it does, reinforce a lot of the points that people have told me. And there's just a lot of, again, like entry-level psychology, it seems like there's sociopathic, like psychopathic traits. And I don't want to put that out there on him, but this is just stuff that, you can just watch. And just based on everything that I've seen, heard, seen, everything, it's sickening, right? And I do not think it's a person who should be involved in the community of the Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game.
Yeah, so for me, I've known him through SEMO, other people. He's always been super nice to me, and I figured he just got a bad stigma from knowing card tricks, because Chris Perovic knows card tricks, etc. So good people in the community know them, but also partly to prevent them from happening to themselves.
Well, John, you know how Billy does live with you, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure if you ask Billy strictly unbiasedly, his opinion on someone like Chris, it would not be, squeaky clean. And I'm saying that, very loosely, and this is like stuff that other people have come to know lately, but it is, you cannot always base an opinion on someone based on minor interactions, like here's this guy being really nice to me. It's just like everyone sort of has their own agenda behind something, right? And that's what I feel like I've gained from interacting with a lot of these people. It's just, hey, this guy probably cheats, or do I give him the benefit of the doubt? Okay, I will. And then just as time goes on, it just becomes more and more evident. But yeah, it's just been a whole mess, and it's just been sort of spread around the community. And I'm glad Nadia did do a video on it, and just seeing how the wider community has reacted to it. Again, in Australia, a lot of people have been defending him, which I'm very baffled on. But yeah.
My biggest issue is I don't really I don't. I mean, I don't have anything against. I have nothing to gain by calling someone.
Oh, of course, yeah, of course. No, but
when I looked at it and stuff, I mean, like I said, it all boils down to, did he realize that having an upside down card was problematic? He says he didn't know it was an issue, and that's his defense to ignorance, right? And I just find that really bizarre to believe that.
Oh, of course.
I don't know.
I don't know, like it was actually just very, very unfortunate to see. I feel like that was probably one of the least beneficial things he could have done, which is just, put that video there. Like at that point, like, do you really need the extra exposure? If you've done something wrong, do you need to defend yourself? No, like you're going to be vilified regardless. I think bringing attention to it is probably going to be his biggest concern now, and that video is definitely not going to help his cause. So,
Well,
I just don't get why he would put Chris in the video.
I didn't even know. What
it's
did he say
because-
about him? Like, I didn't like catch it.
So there was a group of people. Well, not so much a group. Like, let's just say there was a few individuals, right? And each of these people was aiming to, okay, so there were a few that handled it very poorly. But Chris's interactions with them were generally unpleasant. There were threads about it on the Australian groups. Words were slung at each other. It was actually like one of those like, oh, this is like toxic from both sides sort of deal. And then you have the first image, which was of the person who created the original video, who, is just like an up-and-coming content creator who just creates content for trading card games. And he saw an opening. He said, well, you know what? Other games end up doing stuff like this. Maybe we should just...
Hello? Bowden?
You all right there?
Did he just DC?
Oh, Bowden. Yeah, he DC'd. But yeah, like, I had no clue that he put Chris in the video. Chris didn't know Chris was in the video, so like...
Bowden. Yo, Monka Esra, did he just get, like, hauled off? Bowden, are you there?
Yeah, it sort of just cut me. But yeah, no,
Oof.
so... My bad. Up-and-coming content creator, blah, blah, blah. Dude with the hat that you paused on and said, oh, wow, this is crazy. The video that you watched came from him, right? So my issue being, like, if we can't... I'm not saying you should call everyone out, like, say everyone's a cheater, like, witch hunt sort of deal, whatever people want to call it, right? If you look at Magic the Gathering videos, right, where people are being called out as cheaters, they're getting, hundreds of thousands of views. Like, it's literal, like, hot content. And, Wizards and just Star City Games or any other, tournament organizer ends up looking at it and they use it as justification to, penalize someone further down the road. And I think that's definitely like a better way to look at it, because I know for a lot of times in like Konami policy, it's just like you cannot like retroactively use it in terms of like penalizing someone, right? You can't be like, oh, he double summoned on stream 7 rounds ago. Let's give him a game loss in top cut. No, you cannot.
Oh, not like during the event.
Not during the event. They can be brought to the penalty committee. That's my understanding, is that if something illegal does happen and it's very blatant and it can be the intent can be formed that this is cheating, then it'll be the same as like, oh, this person's not in the tournament. We will enter him into the tournament and DQ him.
I mean,
right?
if Steve Klaus can get banned for a deck profile, and if Triff can get banned for a deck profile, I don't see why they can't just do it mid-game, mid-tournament.
Of course, but again, it's a different sort of deal, right? Like, it's not like, oh, well, let's look at the content. It's like he was disqualified, and the penalty committee will use all the resources they have available, obviously, hopefully. But it's not like, oh, well, if we caught this around later, it's like, hey, you cheated, we will DQ you from this event. It's like, well, there's no real way you can sort of go about it. At that point, you would just rewatch every point of footage in an entire tournament and then just, aim to disqualify whoever you deem to be cheating on stream. It was caught at the time, very blatant, and that's why we're in the situation now. But yeah, like, it just seems very, very disappointing to see something like that happen, because the Australian community is very small, and I just do not appreciate his reaction to it.
I don't.
And
like,
the way
I'm still missing it. What's wrong with JoJo's reaction exactly? Like, other than obviously like the weird ways defending himself. I mean, he didn't like attack anyone or anything, did he? Like, I don't think I picked up on that.
Oh, it's like the casual. This is one of those like thinly veiled sort of like, this is the attack on the people that have been calling me out. You know what I mean? So
yeah, like putting Chris in it.
Who,
like, why would he put Chris in it when Chris isn't at the fucking YCS?
Yeah, of course. Well, like, this is something that Chris brought up, at an event previously. Chris isn't even involved in Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. Yu-Gi-Oh singles is no longer Yu-Gi-Oh singles, right? So that was my big concern. Just seeing all of that, as someone who played the victim so well, to just come back and throw shade at the people that were, witch hunting him. Like, here we are now.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's like the logical way to look at it. I feel like he has there's like very manipulative undertones, like throwing compliments at people of power in the video. It just seems like these are like, you know what I mean? Like there's no favoritism at the event. Like, I don't know why you have to suck up to them now. You know, you could just be very professional about it. Be like, hey, like, well, this judge stopped me. He took my deck. And then, you know, they said that I was doing this. You know, like it's so simple for someone who did not cheat to just tell people why they did not cheat instead of just lavishing it up, maybe, you know, making it what did he say? He's trying to, you know, improve the viewer experience. I don't think that's improving the viewer experience. It's just fluffing up something that, you know, he was just very clearly in the wrong, and he's just trying to make it look like, hey, yeah, like just say that I didn't, like, I'm stupid, like, my bad, like it's not going to influence the penalty committee. If they think he's cheating, then, you know, they're going to think he's cheating and he's going to get banned.
If anything, a video makes any chance like worse.
Yeah, I just think the whole thing is a mess. You know, like I was again just really, really, really butt flustered seeing, you know, the three people that I'm friends with, that I stayed out of the entire discussion in all of the groups, right? All I could think was, hey, why should I be jumping on this dude, right? Everyone else is doing it. I don't agree with them doing it. And here we are now where he's, you know, putting their face on like a YouTube video and just being like, haha, I made a mistake. Something, people accusing me of cheating. Like, he didn't do it, you know, for Oceanics or Nationals when people were calling him out for cheating. But now it's just like he gets DQ'd and, you know, for some reason we'll flip the switch. You know, now it's like something big did happen and now I have to save face, which is my major issue with this whole thing.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I didn't think much of it until he started, like, explaining himself. This is the problem. Like, when you start explaining yourself, you just sound stupider and stupider, and it becomes hard to sympathize.
Right? Yeah. Right. Like, well, like, again, like, I'm half of the things that I've said, I'm pretty sure are just, like, blatantly incoherent, and it sounds like I'm rambling. It's 5:30 in the morning, and I just wanted to watch your stream when you were doing this. It's like, I have to see what'll happen. I didn't expect the video, you know, his response video to show up. I didn't know it existed. You know what I mean? Yeah. For the most part, I figured maybe he just wanted to put it past him and he just had to hope for the best. Like, penalty committee is penalty committee. I don't think they're going to be influenced by the public. Yeah. But, you know, then I just see this and it's just like, well, you know what? You sort of just burned, like, you're not burned. What am I looking for? You sort of just like shit the bed. I think that's the best way to put it. Yeah. Like, if you weren't already just sitting in shit then, you're sitting in shit now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
unfortunate.
Thanks for your 2 cents, boys. I'm gonna finish up the video and look a bit more into.
No, you're good.
All right,
cheers.
All right,
thanks, Bowden.
You're good. Bye.
All right. Well, just for clarification, by the way, I PM'd him on YouTube. Facebook and stuff, and like maybe he'll get back to me because like we already discussed it. He said he would like do an interview thing for it, but I mean there's nothing to like interview, and I don't even know if I want to put this on YouTube, right? Because I mean in the end, like I really don't like the witch hunt calling out culture. I mean, I understand I have called out people before and I've made videos about blatant cheating and stuff. The first one I ever did was specifically because my friend got cheated, so I was like, you know, personally kind of like upset by it because my own friend got cheated. Check your announcements. What do you mean check my announcements? Oh, you mean my notifications? Oh, sorry, yeah, I missed a few. Okay, yo, boys, I think we're very quickly approaching 500 subs again. I'd be appreciated if we can at least finish today's goal. Smile, smile, hit the sub button. KD8, 22 months with Prime. Yo, that's crazy, dude. Thank you so much. I'm gonna have to get you a 2-year sub badge. Do you want the gay Farfa, or do you want, like, something else? I was just gonna use, like, gay Farfa as the badge. But anyway, yeah, make sure Twitch Prime, boys. Hee hee hee. Donate, smile, there we go. Giggle Snake. Thank you, Twitch Prime. Yeah, snappy, snappy, snappy. Appreciate it. Let's get 500 again. House removed the video. Well, it wasn't up to begin with. It was a thingy link, unlisted. But yeah, makes sense why he removed it. So yeah, like I said, this all boils down to whether or not you like believe him. Let's do a vote for it. I was gonna do a poll thing. So for those of you who like watched this video and you've watched me like look through this, we can probably like discuss now whether or not you think it was actually deliberate or not. The point is like. So he picks up his deck to resolve Multi-Faker. He sees that the bottom card of his deck is an upside down Lancia. He doesn't correct the positioning of the Lancia. So it's upside down, and upside down cards is a form of marking cards. Of course, I don't think anyone here needs that explaining to them. If you have a card upside down in your deck, it means you can feel the sleeve and it's easier to track in the deck and position it and shuffle it correctly and cut it to the top, etc., etc. So there's a whole bunch of things you can do like that. That's really what it comes down to. He says that he was ignorant of that and isn't aware that if you have a card upside down, then that's an issue. Did I close the video? Shit. Yo, did I close the video? Okay, I did. Whoopsie. All right. Is he a cheater? Yes, no, right? Vote here in the chat, right? I want to see what everyone votes. Click yes, press 1 for yes, press 2 for no. I'm personally kind of convinced he is cheating there. Are these sub notifications going off? What? There we go. Daniel Indenimio, thank you for your sub, dude. I appreciate it. Lesby with Prime for 4 months. Appreciate Cowabunga. It is. And Gigonaki as well with Prime. I think I already thanked you, but yeah, appreciate it, guys. Okay, this is really hard to defend. It's like 95%.
Congratulations, we didn't update an investigation on criminal fraud. Give yourself a pat on the back.
We embedded an investigation on criminal fraud. Give yourself a pat. Fraud? What the hell, dude? Relax. By the way, little point out stream. I am 4 subs away from 500. Smile! Can I get 4 more subs? Who wants to give me 4 subs? Big if true. Give me 4 subs, please. Appreciate it. Okay. Then we can hit 500 again. So 93% of you think he cheated. I don't really see how this is defensible, honestly. This is kind of harsh. That's really harsh. Like, I mean, I personally think he did. But this is kind of crazy. I don't know if I would ever. I don't know if I would make a call out video and stuff. Yon Lazarasis. Yon Lazarasis. Yo, thank you, dude. Thank you. 3 more subs, boys. I don't know if a resub counts, but thank you, dude.
Parentesi chiusa.
Parentesi chiusa. Oh my god. Yo, crazy. Pace, Twiglet, Slash Baker, and 5.
I'm making you content for free.
I love you boys. I love you boys so much.
I'm making you content for free.
You guys know that there's nothing I love more than free content. There is nothing I enjoy more than free content. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate all of the love and support you guys have been giving me over the last year. It's been an amazing time on Twitch. It's great to see that I'm growing every single day, and it's great to see I'm getting so many new followers and stuff. I appreciate y'all coming out here and hanging out. It means a lot. And I'll do my best to bring entertaining, amazing content every single day, so you can watch me round about evenings, European time. 7 p.m. Central European time is usually when I stream. So make sure you at least hit the follow button. Follow me on Twitch, and you can watch me play the Yugis pretty much every single night. And you can support me on and here with the subs and stuff. I appreciate it. Leave a little donation and stuff if you did enjoy tonight's stream. It means a lot. And yeah, okay, that's enough shilling for tonight. But yeah, thank you so much. Big mega shout out to Maze Brilicious for the 5 gifted. Thank you so much, dude. What are we up to now? I think it's like 504 or some shit. 505 subs, boys. 505 subs. Slowly making our way up to 600. I would like to get up to 800 again. 700 again. I think 800 is a new goal for a new emote slot. I still have a new emote slot. So if anyone has some suggestions for the emojis, that would be awesome. But there's a whole bunch here. If you guys want to make sure if you want to sub and stuff, it means a lot because you get all of these awesome emotes. All of them Yu-Gi-Oh related. You can use them on any channel, not just mine. You can use them on Konami's as well. Yakus with Prime. Thank you, dude. Thank you, dude. He cheated efficiently. Yeah, okay. I think I lost the video. I think he's probably got deleted again. Let's see. There it is.
Hi everyone, how's it going? It's JojoASMR.
So I think we could probably like finish off the rest of this video and see like what he says. You just see this big box on the side saying, is he a cheater? And it's like 95%. 92%. 205 people voted saying he cheated. Only 17 said he didn't cheat. Yikes. A lot of his friends and stuff were messaging me on Facebook and telling me like, oh, you know, he's such a nice guy. He wouldn't cheat and stuff. And it's like, it's really hard to believe. I don't know. The way I see it, it's like, personally, I don't know. Did he cheat? Did he not cheat? Like, here's the thing, right? Again, like, like I repeat, like, it really just comes down to, like, do you actually believe that if you saw the cards upside down, that you wouldn't like try and correct them? Like you didn't realize that that was a form of cheating? Like how did you not realize that was a form of cheating? It's just whether or not you believe them. I mean, yeah, exactly. A cheater can be a nice guy, you know? I never use that argument. I never follow that line of thinking. I never ever use that logic. You know, it's like, oh, he's a nice guy, and it's like, that's the best cheaters. The greatest and most skillful cheaters are the ones who are nice guys. They are the ones who are really kind and sweet and stuff. Because that's how they get away with cheating. By tricking you. For, you know? That's why I'm really bad at cheating. Because every time I cheat, a dueling book judge is called. And then I get a 3-day ban. And my account gets frozen. And then I'm unable to provide content on Twitch. Because I can't play on dueling book. So I'm a bad cheater, right? Because I'm not very nice. I get it. Yuri's Beast, thank you for subbing. I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you. Make sure y'all hit the follow. I got like 3 new follows when I said that. Give me some new follows, dude. God damn it. Okay. All right, let's finish this.
My deck several times and didn't correct it. Like I said, I have no idea this was a form of cheating. And I was trying to be as efficient as possible without stopping and turning the cards and whatnot. And so, unfortunately, he rules it as a DQ with prizes. It's important to note that it was with prizes. If he thought that I was maliciously cheating, or if he thought that I was actually taking advantage of the system, it could have been a more severe punishment.
He got prizes? He got prizes? He got DQ'd and he got prizes? What? Would you? What? Head judge? Excuse me, head judge. Did you let him sleep with your wife as well? What? What? You DQ him and he gets prizes? I'm so lost. This is so bizarre. I just find it so bizarre. DQ with prizes exists? It actually just baffles my mind. Meme Kill, thank you for gifting us up to Ryan Atlas for a month. Ninetail Grim, 100 bits. The fact that he fixed the card before siding shows he knew what he was doing. Of course you get the prizes if you're a nice guy. Pretty sure DQ with prizes just means you get the packs, doesn't it? Yeah, I mean, I know, that's a big deal. You don't got something at your DQ? Well, I assume if you get DQ'd, you don't get anything. You know, I would assume that's the whole point of a DQ. There's a basic principle in card magic known as one-way deck. I find it hard to believe he haven't heard of it. It's essentially marking cards with card orientation. Oh, really? Huh. I don't know anything about that. It comes down to whether or not you believe that someone who plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Competitively and does card magic could not know that upside-down cards can be felt. He's either very oblivious or a cheater. Well, the argument he gave is that in regular card tricks, it doesn't matter if it's upside down. Unlock the shock to put this guy in the chair. This has to be investigated even more then. He said one of the judges is his friend. Yeah, that's kind of the issue, isn't it? I mean, that's even... this makes it even more sus. Everyone knows that, like, you know, oh, I just don't know, dude. Like, if you're friends with a head judge, like, Jesus Christ. Did you get your prizes from your DQ? No, I didn't. Well, I hadn't even entered at that point. I got DQ'd without even entering. When they DQ you, they enter you and then DQ you. It's so pathetic, dude. Like, I'm actually... Do you know what? This makes me angry for my sake. This makes me angry for my sake. This guy is, like, accused of, like, marking cards, and he gets to leave and keep his prizes. I fucking make a vlog. I record a vlog, and I get DQ'd and kicked from the venue and told not to come back for day 2. Fuck you! God, that makes me so mad. Baby rage. Okay, whatever. Whatever.
Like a DQ without prizes, but he thought that the chances of me cheating maliciously and unintentionally were... I'm not really sure, but obviously he had to consider that to some extent to allow me to receive my prize. Anyway, when I found out I was DQ'd, I was gutted. Like, it's really embarrassing, but I got teary. Like, I was really upset because this was my first my second. Oh, this is my first ever YCS top, and it had to end with me getting DQ'd, and I was absolutely gutted because I was such an idiot. Like, imagine if I made this oopsie, say at round 1 or round 2. The consequences wouldn't have been nearly as severe, I imagine. It's just the fact that it had to happen on the top 32 on live stream in front of 1,200 people. So unlucky. It was just so stupid. Like, but I totally understand. Like I said, like, so a lot of people had their opinions. So many people were on my side. A lot of people were against it. Many judges who other people
What the fuck are these random pictures?
have been discussing to have different opinions whether or not they thought I should have been DQ'd or not, seeing as I received no punishment, no warning, no penalties. It was just a direct consequence of my mess up on live stream. So it is what it is, right? Like, I had to fill up forms and everything, explaining from my point of view what happened. Dan Smith said he would do the exact same thing, and he made sure to tell me that he was going to just write what he saw and not make an opinion whether or not he thought I cheated or not maliciously.
Surely that's not how it works from a judge's perspective, because a judge has to give their opinion, because that's the whole point of when it comes to DQing someone for cheating, because intent is very important, and it comes down to the judge's discretion whether or not there was intent. And that is, you know, opinion based. So I don't know how a judge can give a statement in a DQ form without giving their opinion. I don't know.
So I really respect that, and Will as well was just fantastic. And it was very nice to hear that many judges were on my side on this topic. So, you know, whatever. Worst case scenario,
The pictures are all people who called him a cheater. Oh my god.
probably get banned
That's so fucking... That's just kind of creepy. What the
for a
fuck?
year. And if that happens, it is what it is. It's
That's kind
whatever,
of
right?
creepy.
And, you know, I'm more than fine with that, to be honest. Well, whatever. So that's basically from my point of view. People are going to scrutinize or think otherwise, or think I cheated with malicious intent, but I would never ever cheat at a Konami sanctioned event, let alone on live stream in front of 1,200 people. I would not have the gonads for something like that. But with that said, thanks so much for watching. Big thanks to John again, and we'll see you next time if I'm not banned, and I'll join Triff on the ban list. Thanks.
Subscribe to Triff Gaming. Welcome. At least he got something right. At least he got something right. The I can't be that stupid excuse. Yeah, I know. My favorite excuse is the yeah, Jesus, it's just crazy. Jokingly, oh my god. All right, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine myself putting this on YouTube, just because it's like, you know, I just feel like this is. I don't want to like start a. I'm probably gonna delete the VOD as well. Like, you know, I don't want to like drag this through the mud or something. This is so messed up. But yeah, like I said, it comes down to whether or not you believe that seeing an upside down card in your deck is cheating or not. Because I just feel like if you see your side cards are upside down, like, it's so suspect. You know, you should probably fix that. And the judge realized it and noticed it. Never forget, Triff Gaming blew a 3-1 lead